What is going on, everybody? Interesting day today. Another piece of history was made today, which a lot of people, a lot of the uber Bitcoin-y types are probably, they dismiss this as not being a big deal. But what happened today in the art market through Christie's is a big deal. For those of you that follow Beeple, and on Instagram, you should follow him, Beeple Crap, B-E-E-P-L-E, Beeple Crap. He was doing a new piece of digital art every day for the last 13, almost 14 years. And it just auctioned at Christie's. First of all, the fact that Christie's would even take this auction is amazing. It auctioned for just shy of $70 million before fees. So this is a big deal. And I was very fortunate. I was in one of the rooms with him live. And we were there, and it was 24 and change million, and it was just, the bidding was just about done. And then someone came in with 35, and then it went 40, 50, 60 within the next 20 minutes. And I'm just sitting there listening, and it was pretty amazing being able to listen to Mike Winkelmann as it's happening. I mean, this dude's life. Now listen, he was not like some low paid, grunt designer. This is a guy who's pretty well paid, but $70 million is different. That's beyond, that's like you just jumped up like 17 economic levels. And man, I just got this bigger feeling. It was such a fucking huge win for crypto. Such a huge win. An absolute go fuck yourself to everybody in the art world that's too snobby and snotty and holds their nose up. It's like digital art. What's the value of digital crypto? Ugh, yucky. And so today we're gonna talk about everything as we always do. But today we're talking about, this is a big day. This is as big a day as Bitcoin. I think when Bitcoin became the 5th largest currency a few months ago, that was a big day. A day that you should kind of go, whew. I mean, this changes things. Today, Bitcoin won money. Let's be honest. Bitcoin has won the money argument in the world. Now, whatever happens to Bitcoin, we don't know. But Bitcoin won money. If you don't understand that, you don't get it. And that's fine. That's why you're here. You're going to get it. We're going to help you get it. So Bitcoin won money. Well, this morning, about an hour and a half ago, Beeple, with an NFT, he just won art. Literally, he just won art. He won the art world. So we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about it a little bit. And it was wicked. It was just really cool to be listening while he was reacting to all this stuff. It was so awesome. And I am just really happy for that dude. So it's pretty awesome. Anyway, okay. So let's move along. We're going to get into it. We'll go through prices. We'll talk theoreticals and things like that. But we're also going to have kind of the underlying theme. And I want all of you that are watching, if you can contribute. If you're on Theta TV, I'm going to say hello to everyone. Everybody on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Periscope, Facebook Live. To everybody that's here, I want you to post some ideas to me. And of course, our Clubhouse peeps. My question is, what's next? Bitcoin won money. This has all happened in the last 3 or 4 months, you guys. Really. Bitcoin won money. NFTs just won the art world. And it's not just Beeple, right? He's the belle of the ball right now. He's what everyone's going to talk about. But this is a much bigger story. This is the digitization of absolutely everything that can be digitized in a meaningful way. That's important. Listen, it's not, you can't take iced tea and digitize it. That probably doesn't make sense. But we're taking the old world and we're digitizing it. And that's a big deal. So I would love your guys' thoughts and gals. What do you think is next? Right? Bitcoin won money. Beeple won art. NFTs won art. Probably say starting to win collectibles. What's next? What big catastrophic transition is next. And so keep that in mind as we do this. So let me say hello to everyone, and then we'll go to our credits. Let me say hello to Girl Pilot, Biotech Breakout, Stress Relief, Cabeza de Termo, Vertax, Joe Pirate, SJO, Theta TV, Sniper Princess, of course, Ocean Dawn. What up, Dawn? Blockchain Barry, what's going on? Emmanuel, my man. Fishing Magician, we made some profit this morning, Emmanuel. We're having a pretty darn good day, I'd say. Tommy Bernard, darting uphill. McNabb, Beartail, JR80. I think I got everyone. Okay. Yeah, Vertex. Digitization commencing. So the dystopian future is going to be more Captain Power, less Terminator. I don't know. I don't know when we roll out Skynet. Virulo, what's going on? Over here on the YouTube, we got Bobby. We've got Scott, Biotech Breakout, Michael Murphy. What's up, Mike? Musad, what's going on, Musad? Mark, Bill, Getting Money, Patsy Green, P. Kelly, Bitcoin Candy. We've got Dab Life. What up? Brady, Nara, Tom, Ella Paul, JJ, Tube That Pipeline. What up? And I think that's everybody there. Cool. AJD, Neffers, Belinda, Red Treetops. What's going on? And yeah, Demayan, hello. Okay, and over on the Clubhouse, we have Antonio. We have Peline, Chris, Chelsea, Mano, Rona, Keith, Charlene, Cutter, what up? Bobby, Damien, Sylvia, Francois, Lori, David, Ivan, Alan, Justin, Julie, Farida, and Joey. Oh, I like your avatar thing, Joey. That's dope. All right, so let's get it started. We'll be right back. What's next? Bitcoin won money. Beeple won art. What comes next? I wonder. Okay, I'm going to tell a funny little apocryphal story for those of you that think that money can buy you everything. You know what it can't buy you? Apparently, it can't buy you a garage. I was looking at some places yesterday in LA, and I found the coolest place. And I'm like, okay, this seems fair. And I'm not going to discuss the prices, but it's LA, and it's 3,000 square feet in LA. It is what it is. And it's dope. It's a brand new build. It's modern. It's like my whole thing. Clean, elegant, looks like a serial killer lives there, all that kind of stuff. And I'm looking at the pictures, and I schedule a meeting with the realtor. And I keep looking at the pictures. I'm like, surely I have missed the picture of the garage. Surely the garage is here somewhere. I mean, who would be able to afford this place that wouldn't also have a car or cars that they want to keep safe? Well, no garage. They're like, well, you can park under the oak tree. Kind lady, I'm not parking my cars under an oak tree. You're crazy. Anyway, yeah, so that's it. Can't always get what you want. Everything else about this place is great. I'd have to demolish the house next to it and just make it into a garage. And I don't think you can do that. Anyway, such is life. Let's see. Gambling, Scott, yeah. Gambling's not a bad one, right? Bitcoin won money. Beeple won art. Gambling, I mean, I guess gambling's a big deal. I don't know if, I'm not sure. I'm not sure gambling is a big, is that a giant market? I mean, I guess probably bigger than the art market, right? We'll see. That's not a bad one. I see. Let's see. Joe Pirate says, I see the Nigerian brothers now have a daily crypto channel with some hired help using the Voyager exchange. Traditional institutional options traders are now moving into space. Yeah. Now the Nigerians, let me tell you about this. They were actually pro crypto quite a while ago. So I'm not a hater on the Nigerians. They're actually pretty sharp pretty sharp dudes. Elon Musk wins space travel. No, but let's talk about what I don't know. I don't know if he won space travel. I think when the first person to get civilians into space on a regular basis probably wins space travel. Crypto wins entertainment. Maybe that's a pretty good one. So let's go and let's look at prices just for a second. Let's see. What do you think of fun for gambling? I don't see, my personal opinion is I don't see the gambling space as being all that interesting. Music, yes, JJ, I think non-fungible tokens are going to win music. That's definitely one. Yeah, I've seen fun tokens. Someone else showed it to me. I took a look at it. I just don't know if gambling is that. Is gambling affecting, if digital assets took over as forms of payment, would that really make a difference in gambling? Would that make gambling any better? Maybe you don't have to get a wire transfer. I mean, I don't know if that's a thing. I see where you're coming from, but I just don't know if that's a big enough thing. Okay. Bitcoin, $56,827. It's up about 0.5%, but it's up 14% on the week, 21. And we're flirting with, what, $1,500 away from the all-time high. Pretty good. Yeah, Bitcoin won money. I mean, that's it. Now everybody's just playing catch up. You can buy Bitcoin or not. I found an interesting article that says, oh wait, I'm not going to spoil it. There's a certain amount of money and you could be wealthy with Bitcoin, and you guys would be surprised. It's a lot smaller than you think. It is a lot smaller than you think. I bet many of you right now, this second, already have potentially wealth in Bitcoin. If you've owned Bitcoin anytime in the last year, there's a good chance you are in wealth category. And if not, it give you a nice target. So we're going to get into that in just a second. But let's go through prices really quick. Bitcoin, 56,836. Ethereum, just below $1,800. It dropped down a little bit. Apparently, there's a little bit of contention among the miners. They're not super happy that they're getting booted eventually, right? That's what proof of stake is. No more mining, no more proof of work. And when they go, they shall go. And they're not real happy. So apparently they're staging a revolt where on April 1st, they're going to take over. They claim they're going to point at a different, I think, mining pool. Antonio sent me the article. I perused it yesterday, but essentially they're going to do a 51-hour attack on Ethereum. April 1st. I don't know if it'll do anything, mean anything, achieve anything. I'm not going to own Ethereum on April 1st. I'm probably not going to own Ethereum the week before that because I don't really care what happens. I don't want to be a part of all that. If they are staging some minor rebellion, I ain't going to be a part of it. No, this one's, yeah, it's April Fool's, but there's, I don't think you want to be holding Ethereum around this and risk that it's no big deal. What if it's not no big deal? I mean, these guys are all getting booted. All these miners that have been building this infrastructure and buying all this equipment to mine Ethereum. And now they're all getting booted. And, EIP, Ethereum Improvement Proposal 1559, IP 1559, is basically taking the fee structure and reducing it a little bit, but cutting the fees that miners get by half. You telling me they're happy about this? Hell no, they're not happy about this. They are probably madder than a sack full of cats. I would be too. So, yeah, it's not a 51% attack. It is 51% control. They're not doing it to crush the token. They're doing it to show that the miners have some level of control over the network. And if they get enough of them to do it, well, we'll see. Anyway, let's see this story. We'll let you know as this story develops. All right. Sally Fudpucker, what up? That's a great name. That's an absolutely great name. Gold 13 Dragon, what's going on? Adelaide Luna, what's going on? And sorry Marenko. Is it sorry Marenko or Siri or Senor? No. Siri. Maybe it's Siri Marenko. This is not. Okay. Jimmy James asks, do you have an opinion on Sol? I like the tech, but I'm not techie, so I appreciate your take. It's protocol, and that's cool. You probably want some exposure to it. I don't think they've made a really good argument that they're a real competitor, Jimmy. That's the problem, right? Like there's a lot of protocol kind of solutions right now, but look who you're competing with. And again, let's talk about Cardano and DOT for a second. Price wise, neither one of them are performing well today. Cardano is down. I think Cardano should be way, way lower. DOT is down 4%. It should be way, way lower, but it isn't. It is what it is. Cardano's at $1.12. Polkadot's at $36.85. They're both down on the day pretty handily. Cardano's down on the day and the week. Polkadot is just on the plus side for the weekly. Obviously, they're both way up on the 30-day, 65 and 62% respectively. They're outperforming Ethereum, but that's not hard to do. I mean, Ethereum has not really been super performing. Okay. So these protocol layers, this is who you're fighting against. You're fighting against these massive teams. I listened to an article with I listened to an interview with Gavin Wood, and it was a Real Vision interview, and the guy interviewing him is an absolute moron. I'm not even going to say his name. He's just such a moron. And I know this because I've actually talked to this guy, and he is absolutely a moron. But whatever. He's well-intentioned, I guess. So, and he's talking to Gavin, and Gavin is a very intelligent guy, Dr. Gavin Wood. He's not a great communicator. And when you look at Gavin and you can put him in a chair next to Charles Hoskinson, it's not much of a comparison. Gavin is kind of he's a nerd, and he's not really a statesman. And so, but neither one of these projects have anything meaningful to give the public right now. Simply having a token and a big staking network is not enough. Great. You can stake DOT. Great. You can stake Cardano. Okay. What do you get for it? Well, you get tokens. Okay. Where do they come from? Well, they come from the original protocol. They were minted and all this kind of stuff. Okay. So you're just getting, wolf tickets, but no actual stuff. You're getting, little hopes and dreams. So until these two platforms meaningfully launch, I would say that Ethereum doesn't really have any competitors right now. You could say Near, you could say Avalanche, you could say Cosmos, kinda. They're just not getting that real big pickup in the market. There's not a lot of companies saying they're coming over. But we know that some or many of these protocol layer solutions are going to win. And so we will see. It's a very interesting space. I think we're very, very, very early. I think it's still kind of all eyes on Bitcoin. And the ones that aren't looking at Bitcoin are kind of looking at Ethereum. And we'll see. Right now, I think it would be good if there was a bit of a sell-off in Cardano, DOT. I mean, all the way down the list. All of these protocol layers, I think, got bid up in the recent frenzy. And I wouldn't mind if these things sold off a little bit. So we'll see. We shall see. Okay, we're going to skip over XRP and XLM because in my mind, neither of them are all that interesting right now. Ripple needs to get out of legal trouble, and XLM and Jed, when you're done selling all of your XRP, can you please actually manage the company that you run? Because as far as I can tell, ain't nothing happening at the Lumens. And I've talked to 2 or 3 people at Stellar on Clubhouse. And so far, I would just say I have not been, what would be the right way to say it? I have not been overwhelmed with excitement. Let me put it that way. They're very, very nice guys, very quiet, very demure, well, well-intentioned, well-spoken, good knowledge. But I just came out of those discussions going, who cares? Right? Like, who cares? I don't know, man. I don't know if they're doing anything exciting. Yes, I'm aware of T-Fuel. You guys, I am aware of T-Fuel. I made a mint off of T-Fuel. My clients made a mint off of T-Fuel. I don't know why T-Fuel keeps going up in price. I'm not sure that it should. It doesn't make much sense. I do understand Theta going up in price. That's the next one on our list. Theta going up in price kind of makes sense to me. Why? Well, you have a very relatively small supply, right? You have 1 billion. That's pretty sweet. And it's capped, and that's that. So it's up. It's at $7.32. We were looking at this thing at $2 and saying this is probably a buy. It's up 25.7 cents on the day. Sorry, 25.7% on the day, up 70% on the week, 154 on the month. It's up 74 times. It's up 7,400% on the year. A 74x. Everybody's like, where's my 100x? You might have just seen it. So pretty cool. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know what the value of Theta is, but I know that I like this price action. I also like the fact that it's coming to a platform that is going to disintermediate all of this crap about who can post and what, and when you can do a show and when you can, and what kind of content and all this. When you disintermediate content, I think it's valuable and it's an important thing. In any of these platforms, you have to have a balance, right? With whether it's live content or social media, there's a balance between moderation or moderators, let's say. And that means you have to make sure that there's not like dangerous, violent content or, content that's really, you should be able to have your opinions. You shouldn't be able to be a racist, bigoted piece of shit, right? You shouldn't be able to spread stuff that's dangerous, violent, or coalesces violence, or tries to kind of galvanize hate groups and all this kind of crap. There's a place for you, but it's not in front of me, right? So you have to have a fair level of moderation. You have to have incentives for both the people watching, and I think Theta has solved that. You need incentives for the people watching. You need incentives for the people making the content. Hopefully, they're both incentivized to participate, right? And you need some kind of treasury function whereby some of the proceeds in the quid pro quo is pushed into some place where there's a fund or a treasury for future development. So it seems like Theta has figured that out, right out of the Charles Hoskinson playbook, right? So moderation, incentives, and some kind of treasury function that builds a stockpile for the future expansion of the network, the reach, the scope of the platform, its usability, what have you. So I think that Theta is probably doing this better than anyone else. I would be super happy if I never did another show on YouTube and everyone had very easy access to Theta. I would gladly, ditch the YouTube that very gladly ditched me in 13 milliseconds. So I hope Theta wins. And it looks like they're winning. So far, so good. So we'll see. Jerry, what's going on, buddy? Scott, Al Greco. Now Grant's Artist, what's going on? Skeptical Pooh, what up? So yeah, we'll see. Dogecoin to $1. That your name always makes me giggle. Okay. Let's talk Cosmos just for a second. Protocol layer solution, kind of quiet. They don't really do a lot of good marketing, in my opinion. I believe they could be better, but they're here to stay. Apparently, they're not going anywhere. So I think you want exposure to it. I took a pretty healthy position. I took in my, let's see. I took a 3% position. And it's, again, percentages. Don't worry about money. Don't worry about dollar units. Just think about percentages. It's a 3%er for me. Okay. VeChain, still over 6 cents. Pretty exciting. I quit dollar cost averaging into it at 5 cents. So I always say below 5 cents, I will buy it. Over 5 cents, my name's Bennett and I ain't in it. I don't know where it's going. And I've been doing this. I've actually been staking some of it. And I take my staking rewards from VeChain and I've been buying IOST, right? China for China. China for China, everyone. And so that's what I'm doing. And it's kind of fun because I get to invest without having to put new money in. Leon, what's up, brother? Patsy, what up? J Ben in the house. Moonwalker. I like Moonwalker. That's a cool one. That sounds, that's like a James Bond. Moonwalker? That's like a James Bond film title. Okay. So there we go. That's our vet discussion. We're kind of keeping these tight. Graph token. It's $2. It stayed above $2. It did get up around 220 a few days ago. It's cooled off a little bit. It's quieted since then. It is up 4 on the week, 100% on the 30-day. It's way up on the year. It's closing in on a 10x. It's got to be. I know some original, I think 12 cents is what they were, the SAFT was. And then it popped out at 20 or 30 cents. I think I started getting into mine in a range between 30 cents and my highest buy was 73 cents, I think, was my highest buy. My lowest buy was in the high 20s, low 30s. Okay. I like Graph Token. It's that 1.5 play. It's not a protocol, but it's not a DApp-ish. It's a 1.5 level. And I like it. And I think people will be remiss to ignore it. Let's see. Wizard Not Gnome. Any questions? He says, how do you determine the price when you stop buying in with dollar cost average? So what I do, Wizard, I go like this. Moonraker. Oh, good one, Jimmy. 1979. Okay, here's how it works. I look at what I think the addressable market is, and I don't really look at where I think the market's going because there's a lot of inputs and math you might have to do. I just say, what's the addressable market? Okay, and if that's X, what percentage of X could this token reach? Right? Okay, and then based on that, where is the price now versus, where's the market cap now? Where would the market cap have to be for that to work? That's my best, my best base case, right? So I might say, okay, Cardano over the next 3 years, let's say it could get a 20x, just based on where the market cap could be compared to Ethereum, compared to Polkadot and these other guys. Okay, so let's say it could get a 20x. It's at $1.12. And so maybe my price target is $24 or $22, whatever. And so I say, okay, $22 price target, we're at $1. I think it's fair to continue to purchase out to the high twos, 250. So I would break up all my purchases and I would just purchase routinely until you're done buying when the asset takes up whatever percentage of your portfolio you want it. So if you say Cardano is a 10% position or Engine is a 6% position, you look at your portfolio. If it's $100, when it gets to the point where you have $6 worth of Engine or $10 worth of Cardano, you've hit your position limit. You're done. Does that make sense? So you're buying until no matter what the dollar cost average price is, you're buying a little bit here and there, a little bit here and there until that position equals the percentage you've allocated for that asset. So I hope that kind of makes sense. Okay. So Graph token, to me, I actually have taken a bigger position in Graph. I think it's priced right, but I think it's incredibly undervalued. I think this guy's got a 5x left in it. Okay. Engine is exciting to me. I like the Engine. Stop calling. These people keep calling. Hold on. I've got to turn off this. Stop. Oh, that was the people from Ledger X. How about that? Okay. So let's see. When you are looking at Engine, you're looking at, it's kind of a 1.5 play too. It's not quite a protocol. It's not quite it's not a DApp really. I believe it's going to be very instrumental in the future of NFT marketed items and marketplaces. So it's an NFT. It's almost a protocol layer NFT play. It's definitely pick and shovel play. So I like it. Is it a giant position? No. For me, Engine is a 2% or less position in my portfolio, but it's a pretty good one. It started off as 2%. It's not 2% now because I got Engine. I think I started at 19 cents. And I'm not saying this to say, oh, look at I'm at a 9x or whatever. I'm saying this because if you roll up your sleeves and do your homework, you're going to constantly be finding these assets early on, and you can take a little position and that position can become really big. Some of my clients and I got into, okay, let's talk T-Fuel for a second. We got into T-Fuel at an average price of below 3 cents. Well, it's like 34 cents right now. There's a 10x in 3 months, 90 days. It doesn't take too many of those, right? It doesn't take too many of those before, it starts to look like real currency units. So just be mindful of that. If you can make the argument to yourself that a token has value, that it could achieve use, utility, and adoption, and you set your position limit, you decide, hey, this is a 1%er, this is a 2%er, this is a lottery ticket, this is a 0.5%er. Take that $100, carve off 50 cents, and get you some. When you have winners across the board, it's okay to scrape from the winners for new investment. You're not going to we're not resting on laurels, anyone, right? This is a constant churn. This is constant behavior. You need to have a constant, vigilant research mindset. And this is why things like today with the Beeple sale are such a big deal. You cannot ignore the NFT space. And yes, I know this is just the very tiniest little bit of it, the tiniest little scratch of the surface. This a little bitty, it's an ice cube poking out of the water, and you don't realize that's the top of a underwater mountain of a glacier. And the non-fungible token space is going to mean so much more in the future. But right now, art and collectibles, that's what we're seeing. And that's still a big deal. You don't want to ignore this. If NFTs are the new big, hot, fancy, FOMO, the place where new money comes, great. Why? Because it's not this spammy DeFi bullshit that we keep seeing. This is wonderful. This is absolutely a great place to go and invest. At the very least, you're investing in collectibles and potentially artwork. And you're not supporting a bunch of degenerate thieves in the DeFi space. And they are very degenerate and absolutely thieves. Even the best of them. CZ, I hope you know I'm talking to you directly. You scummy douchebag. But I admire what you did with Binance. But you're a scummy douchebag. All right. Let's continue. TVK. Remember, I'm telling you guys, I don't want anybody investing in TVK right now. I have not built my position yet. When I'm done building my position, then you guys can build your positions afterwards. But for now, I'm consulting everyone not to purchase it. Thank you. Public service announcement. Thank you. TVK is very similar to Flow. It's non-fungible tokens. If you go and do a little research on TVK, you're going to see a lot of partnerships, and not just these meaningless Ripple partnerships. I'm talking about big, fat ass licensing agreements where you go, ooh, you get chills. But like I said, I don't want anybody to take my words to say that you should be buying anything, especially TVK. That's for me. Flow, you like NBA Top Shots? Well, this is Dapper Labs. They're down a little bit on the day. Everything's down a little bit on the day. Why? Look, Bitcoin's the belle of the ball. So it's okay. Nothing goes up in a straight line, apparently, except Bitcoin. All right. So TVK, Flow, Engine, these are NFT directed plays. You should have some NFT ground level, dirt level, picks and shovels exposure. So do with that what you will. I can tell you that I am quite satisfied so far with what I see. I think we're uber early. I don't think people are looking beneath the surface. People are looking for NBA, top shots. They're looking for moments. They're not thinking who's underneath, right? Where does this foundation, if we dig into the foundation, what does it look like? I have IOST. You can get IOST on Veritex. You can get IOST. That's going to be the next one we'll talk about. China, let's just call it Chinese Ethereum, Chinerium. You can get it at Bitrue. You can get it at gate.io. I believe you can also get it at Binance, but I can't get it at Binance because I'm an American. I am an American. All right. For now. Okay. 1inch. It's the only DeFi thing, swap platform, whatever that I trust. Price action has not been great, but the staking is good. It's a great swap platform, but man, you got to watch some videos before you swap on it. You'll get beat up by fees. You'll get beat up by slippage. You'll get beat up by gas. You'll get beat up every which way. So if you don't know what you're doing, so just be very careful. The problems in Ethereum are real. I think 1inch is much better than Uniswap. 1inch is much better than Uniswap. I mean, it's like night and day. It's better. But Uniswap, one of the first to market. So it is what it is. Okay. Near. You guys paying attention to this Near? Have you guys been paying attention to what we've been saying about Near? Down when it was like $2.20. We said, listen, Near is Coinbase's Ethereum. Ding, ding, ding. Fucking wake up, everyone. This is an obvious one. This isn't even like, this is an obvious one. This is when there's like one kid and he's in 8th grade and he's 6'8", 290 pounds. And you're like, I wonder if he'll get scouted to the NFL. Of course, Jesus, man. If you don't see how this is being set up, don't take my word for it. Go look up Near. Go look at their investors. Go look who they're behind. Then I want you to Google what companies will be using Near protocol. Just take a look. See what you think. Near is for real. Near, in my opinion, is going to out Polkadot. I think a lot of people are going to lose their fucking lunch when this thing takes off. And I wonder when they might promote it. And I mean Coinbase. When might Coinbase promote it? Is anything coming up in Coinbase's near future that might be, a moment to kind of talk about new products and some of the things Coinbase intends to do to incentivize new investment? I wonder what's coming up. What news event might be coming in Coinbase's near future that might spur them to discuss some of their secret projects? Perhaps we'll never know. Anyway, don't sleep on this one. This one could be pretty powerful. And last but not least, audio. Audio was our homework a few days ago, and I wanted everyone to go look up audio and see what you think. I think it's not at all being looked at. It's competitor to Spotify. They have some pretty dope connections. Now, is this a big position? No, this is a 1% position in my book, but it's a lottery ticket that could pay dividends. I look at this audio as something between Theta and T-Fuel. And it could be 100x. It seems to me it's a for sure 8 to 10x. Again, not advice. I'm just looking at market cap, looking at what they're trying to do, and I can't really I can't find anybody else that's legitimately competing with them. So yeah, I think NFT, music, be looking in these spaces. This is the new. The old new is DeFi. This is the new. All right. The new. Okay. Let's get away from prices for a second. Let's talk about the belle of the ball. Beeple's 5,000 day. Think about that. When's the last time you guys did anything for 5,000 days straight? We need to give this guy deserves, well, he earned it, right? He got $69 million. I guess you say he earned it. He earned it. But 5,000 days straight, this guy's made this incredible artwork, really, really cool artwork. Matter of fact, it's the background. Here, let me see if I can let me remove this for 5 seconds so you guys can see the background. Let me see. So this dude is a dope artist and he has earned it. So let me continue. Let me see. Bam. All right. Popular digital artist Beeple's 5,000 day collection, it's called Everydays, has sold for a hammer price of $60.25 million, making it one of the highest art auction sales ever. Christie's website shows that the auction concluded with a $9 million premium, which is a percentage of the final or hammer price, bringing the total to more than $69 million. The sale, hosted by British auction house Christie's, received a total of 353 bids. The collection of 5,000 pieces titled Everydays, the first 5,000 days, has been called one of the most unique bodies of work to emerge in the history of digital art. History of digital art? This is the history of any kind of art. To create the collection, Beeple produced a new work of art every single day for 14 years, starting in May of 2007. For 14 years, you guys, he never stopped. He didn't miss a day, not one freaking day. Is there anything, I don't think there's anything I've done other than eat and take a shower that I've done. There might have even been days where I didn't eat. For 14 years? I can't think of anything I've done for 14 years. I haven't put shoes on every day for 14 years. I haven't even woken up in the same place I went to sleep every day for 14. I mean, so is real. And so if you go on Instagram, it's Beeple crap, BEEPLE CRAP, which is really funny. I've been following him for years and I was listening. I was very fortunate to be listening while the auction was going on today. There was a room in Clubhouse and we were listening live and it was just the coolest experience. So it was at like 24 million and change. And then all of a sudden someone goes, oh, it's 35 million. It's 35 million. We're like, oh, it's 50 million. Oh, 60 million. Oh, with the feed, now it's 70 million. We're just like, holy crap. And at a point, even Mike himself, Winkelmann, that's who Beeple is, he basically broke down, like started crying. It was just the craziest thing. And it was just another one of those moments where you like, everything is different now. We've crossed the line. This piece of art is the third highest selling piece of artwork to any living artist in human history. How intense is that? So when this is why I say the name of today's show was Bitcoin wins money. Bitcoin won money. It won. If you're still arguing for fiat currencies, your argument is flawed. You are broken and you don't get it. You don't get it. So Bitcoin won money. Beeple just won art. You can call it what you want. All these old stiff neck, nose in the air. I'm a contemporary class. Shut up. You just got donkey punched by crypto. Science, bitch. Right? In the immortal words of Charles Hoskinson. That's science, bitch. He said that. I'm not just being crude. And it's true. The whole world is going digital. We know this. The people that don't know this, they know it. They know it. If you shake them at 3 a.m. and you say, what's happening? It's going digital. God damn it. Yes. The world's going digital. Art, collectibles, money, What's coming next? Equities, the bond market, repo. I mean, all currencies are coming next. You guys know, coming to a theater near you, the digital yuan is going to start trading among department stores. It's like, that's it. I mean, this is happening now. How long before every single country has their own sovereign digital asset? So Bitcoin won private money. Digital assets won money. NFTs won art and collectibles. Just line them up. One industry after the next. Line them up. Height and weight. Blondes on the left, everyone else on the right. What? All right, let's move along. Anyway, just congrats to Mike. That is freaking awesome. Matter of fact, I've not even earned the right to call him Mike. He does not know me. I say Mike like we're buddies, but Mike doesn't know. He doesn't know me, and now he lives in a citadel. He will be living in a citadel. There's a good chance I'll never know who Mike is, but I got to hang out with him in a room today, so I feel like we're homies. Mr. Winkelmann is what we should call him. Mr. Winkelmann, congrats. You broke a lot of necks today, and rightfully so. Without somebody like that, with that kind of diligence and that kind of resolve to do something day in, day out with listen, he put all of his pictures, all of his artworks on Instagram for free. Dude, he gives everyone the rights to use his stuff, Creative Commons. He doesn't give a shit. This is a dude who did this because he just loved doing it. And he just cracked 69, 70 million bucks for it. That's pretty awesome. So sometimes the things that you love can be incredibly valuable. Find something to do that you enjoy, and you'll never really be working, will you? I'm sure that's not how the saying goes, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Want to be rich? This is kind of fun. Bitcoin's limited supply cap means you only need 0.01, 1/100th, 1 basis point of a Bitcoin. 1/100th, 0.01 Bitcoin. All right, we're going to get into this just after this question. Bitcoin Candy asks, is there a chance countries deploy their own smart contract platforms along with CBDCs? If it behooves them, more likely they will deploy their own digital assets with a variety of smart contract functionality in them so that they can affect all kinds of monetary and fiscal policy against the currency through the currency, right? So as a way to imagine this would be, let's say we have a currency and we want to stimulate the economy and we want to stimulate something very specific like the car market, the used car market. We might say we are providing stimulus funds to everybody's digital account right now. Here, everyone has $5,000. You have until Friday, tomorrow at midnight, to use this as a down payment on a used car. If you don't, poof, it'll be gone. Right? So you could create the inflation or deflation, right? Or say, how would you create deflation? Well, you could also unwind. You could say, we're going to use these digital assets. We're going to go directly to creditors and we're going to use it to take away some debt, right? You say, when you look at what money really is, is it a currency? Is it bank reserves? Is it broad money? That which extinguishes debt. So if they went to extinguish a bunch of debt, so let's say you said every college student that owes, a certain amount, we're going to go extinguish $10,000 worth of debt. So you could expand or contract an economy in relative real time if you had digital assets that had some programmability. So my guess is most of these assets, or all of them, will have some level of smart contract functionality baked into them at a surface level, which is why Cardano does make a lot of sense for countries launching an asset. We have to see, Alonzo has to get out there. Hopefully everything goes fine and smart contracts and blah, blah, blah. But you would need a currency with that kind of dexterity to affect monetary and fiscal policy. I think that's coming. Anyway, let us continue. But Bitcoin, that was a good question. Okay, want to be rich. Bitcoin's limited supply cap means you only need 0.01 BTC. In 10 years, Bitcoin's finite supply will be nearly exhausted. I'd argue that it probably already almost is, meaning holders might only need 0.01 Bitcoin to become filthy rich. I'm already filthy. Just slap rich on the back of it, and we have ourselves a party. And then there's a picture. Now, at first, you have to look closely at this picture because at first it looks like someone's slipping a bunch of hundreds underneath like a plaid skirt. And then you say, wait a minute, what's going on here? But it's not pervy. It's actually a bed. And anyway, carrying on. While purchasing 0.01 Bitcoin might cost only $500 today. No, $570 today. Current trends in global wealth distribution and the inevitable realization of Bitcoin's limited supply could result in 0.01 Bitcoin being worth 1 million in the future. Well, it could be worth any infinite amount. I mean, depending on, anyway, according to Credit Suisse Global Wealth Report 2020, there are 51.9 million individuals with a net worth surpassing $1 million. There's 52 million millionaires in the world. That's cool. Well, actually, more than millionaires. The index considers a person's net worth along with their financial and real estate assets while deducting their debts and liabilities. And I would add that that's flawed because most real estate is a liability, if we're being honest. I continue. Despite representing just 1% of the global population, excluding children, millionaires own 43% of the world's wealth. What? According to Credit Suisse's individual wealth breakdown, 175,700 people were worth more than $50 million. Whew, that ain't me. My name's Bennett and I ain't in it. One of these 50, matter of fact, Beeple is now in that list. One of these 55,800 were worth at least 100 million. Wow. 4,410 had wealth over 500 million. Dear God, man. Bitcoin's finite supply will reach 98% in 10 years. As of March 1st, now Grant's Artist, we'll see you later, buddy. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for hanging out with us. As of March 1st, Bitcoin's total supply consists of 18.64 million Bitcoin, leaving just 2.37 million coins to be mined. In 10 years, the supply will reach 20.6 million, or 98% of the 21 million total coin supply. When removing the 1.9 million coins that haven't been touched for over a decade from Bitcoin supply cap, there's a maximum limit of 19.2 million BTC available for the world's millionaires. There's been also like 5 to 6 million lost. This leaves 0.37 BTC, 0.37, 37 basis points of Bitcoin per millionaire, including the yet to be mined coins, assuming Bitcoin supply will be evenly shared between said millionaires, right? Because millionaires always share with each other, right? Because they're always so congenial, always giving back rubs, the millionaire. Listen, I've been a millionaire and I've been broke, and I've been a millionaire and I've been broke, back and forth. And I don't think ever once that I go high five anybody and say, this is what we should all do. No, they don't answer my calls when I'm broke. They invite me to dinner when I'm not. However, if every Bitcoin that has remained unmoved for 5 or more years is lost, a maximum of 14.57 million Bitcoin will be available for accumulation. In this scenario, each of the world's millionaires could own just 0.28 Bitcoin, assuming the supply is evenly distributed. In the future, the wealthy will fight. You want to see wealthy people fight? They're going to be breaking their nails, their sweaters. They're going to be frayed. There's going to be a lot of Muffies and Laurens on the sidelines. Hit them, Stan. In addition to the certified millionaires, there are 590 million individuals whose net worth exceeds 100,000. These people shouldn't be disregarded as potential hodlers, even though their purchasing power is less. So, and then there's a little triangle thing, number of adults, blah, blah, blah. Great. Assuming the global wealth proportion shown in the chart above stays the same, millionaires represent 6.32 million coins out of Bitcoin's remaining supply, suggesting that each individual would have the opportunity to purchase just 0.12 Bitcoin each, 12 basis points of Bitcoin. The remaining 590 million individuals currently worth 100,000 or higher could effectively hold another 5.9 million coins, resulting in a mere, drum roll, 0.01 Bitcoin per adult. To conclude, buying 1 basis point of Bitcoin, 0.01 BTC, roughly $570 investment at current prices, can assure one a top 13% holder position when comparing the relative wealth concentration of the fiat and Bitcoin markets. Being among Bitcoin's top 13% shares the same exclusivity as being a fiat millionaire. Kind of cool, right? So what does that mean? Well, it means that maybe with 0.01 Bitcoin, you could be wealthy. That is pretty cool. And yeah, there's a lot of people, I'm guessing right now, that are saying, hey, that means I might be a future Bitcoin Richie Rich. So don't compare yourself to the people around you. Don't worry about the person next to you. Worry about yourself. Worry about your own balance sheet. Don't stress out, right? Just grow your balance sheet. Grow it with research. Grow it by listening to people that make you ask questions, but don't trust them. You should assume that everyone is out to get you. Everyone. When you start doing better, your homies start hitting you up, your friends, your relatives. Nope. No. It's like when I'm telling my kitty, no, don't do that. You can't eat anything you want. No. Bad relative. Fair weather friends, gone. You know how many friends I have? I can count them on my 3 fingers. It's like not many of my close friends, right? You have your close circle. I got my close circle. You know, Jerry, he's here. Jerry, I think he's still here. Jerry, one of my real friends. Me and Jer, we done been in the trenches. I got my Jer. I got my Leroy. I got my Alexander. I got my friends. And then you have your second tier, which are your congenial friends. And then you have everyone else that's trying to fucking rip you off. They're all trying to get from you. They're trying to get you. Don't let them get you. You work too hard to give this away. If you want to squander it and you feel good about that, then go squander it. That's fine. At least you got some value out of it. But a lifeguard can't save anybody if he drowns, right? So there you go. For whatever that means. Listen, we're going to get the party started over here on Clubhouse. I want to say thank you to everyone. I know you have choices. You probably made a bad one. There are many knockoff crypto and coffees. There is only one actual crypto and coffee that has been crypto and coffee for years. And that's who you're listening to right now. I don't take all the credit. I can't. There's a lot of people that help me do all this kind of stuff. Antonio and Alexander and Leroy. And there's a bunch of people that have kind of helped out, especially behind the scenes, and Heather and a bunch of people you don't know. And so it wouldn't make any difference to bring them up. But there's a lot of us that are kind of involved in this. And I'm just the dummy who gets in front of the camera. But it is what it is. Someone's got to be someone's got to be the puppet. Have a great day. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything my poor, insolvent, drunk, strung out on meth, strung out on heroin grandmother wouldn't do. And she's smoking biscuits. And I guess that's like black tar heroin wrapped in wheat bread. Grandma.